Today I wanted to talk to you about the movie Make or Break Holiday. It's a Hallmark movie about a couple. They've been dating for a little while. Actually, they've bought a house together. They have some kind of a silly argument. And I need to point out, since this is a Hallmark movie, it's pretty chaste. They bought a house together, but I believe it's the man hasn't moved in yet. The heroine lives there by herself, but I think the guy, his lease hasn't expired yet for his apartment, so he hasn't officially moved in with the heroine in the movie. Anyway, they have a few problems, as couples do. They're not always honest with each other. They have a silly little argument, and she says they need to take a break. He says we need to take a break, and I think they both say it together. But when they think about it, that's not what they want. But both of them are too proud to tell the other that they said something that they didn't mean. The characters' names are Liv and Daniel, and they meet at a party, and it's kind of cute how they meet. And they just hit it off. So you kind of see a little bit of their backstory. Since they've decided that they need a break, they decide that what they must do, both of their families are coming to spend Christmas with them in their new house. So they want to make it seem as if they're a happy couple. They don't want their families to know that they've decided to separate because they don't want to ruin their family's Christmas. And she's got these little quirky, Liv has these little quirky things, traditions that her family does. Even when the families get there, it's a little bit over the top with the traditions that they were celebrating. I thought the traditions were things that people normally, they might do them, but usually it's not so emphatic about doing certain things during the holidays. But they were really like gung-ho and emphatic about doing these traditions. So it's exhausting for Liv and Daniel to act like they're in love, act like everything is fine when it isn't. Now, again, my reviews have spoilers. I was floored when they were opening the gifts, when she opens Daniel's gift and discovers that he had been planning to propose to her, because he'd been hiding the gift. He didn't want to give it to her. And you kind of saw that he had hidden it because he took it from underneath the tree, and then you find out later why. So I think the movie was pretty good. Now, I thought it was a little bit unrealistic for two people to be so proud as to not say anything when they both said they needed a break. And then he was going to propose to her. Apparently, he didn't think it was that bad between them if he had bought a ring and everything. Plus, they had bought a house together. I was surprised that they even had that argument, considering that they had purchased a house together. Because purchasing a house together is usually something you might do after you're engaged. To do that before, I think it indicates a certain unity between the two people. So the movie did hold my interest. I highly recommend that you watch it. It's a good Christmas movie. If you have watched it, I would like for you to tell me what you liked or didn't like about it. That would be interesting to me. And as always, when I talk about Hallmark Christmas movies, I must mention my own chaste, wholesome Christmas romances. Sugar and Spice is the story about Sheila. Sheila storms into a bakery because she sees her ex working as a baker at this bakery in her small town. She broke up with her ex and he left. So she doesn't understand why he's suddenly back in town as a baker, because he's a veterinarian. She thinks that he has some kind of scheme or plot to torment her because he's now back in town. When she's yelling and screaming at him for returning without giving her a heads up, she takes a good look at him and notices that he looks a little bit different. Plus, he's wearing glasses. Plus, he seems to have a hard time saying anything. He stutters that he's her ex's identical twin brother. And again, like I just said, he has a hard time speaking since he stutters. It's going to be interesting to find out what happens between these two. So you must read Sugar and Spice. I highly recommend that you check out the whole bundle. You can read them any time of the year. They're cool winter romances that you can enjoy during any season. And they've had 300 plus 5-star ratings and reviews for all 5 of them. Just check out the link in the comments and enjoy the rest of your day.